Pasó, pasó. I put my trust in you. Pushed as far as I can go. For all this, there's only one thing you should know. How's everybody hanging? Let me know if you got the notification. Showtime, Mr. Tommy Vick. Mr. Tommy Vick. What up, though? For all this, there's only one thing. Mr. John DeNicola. John DeNicola, John DeNicola. John DeNicola, John DeNicola. How's it going? My day first? John DeNicola is my day first. He's my day first. Tommy V, he's also my day first. So I'm thankful and I'm grateful that you guys do get to see the notification. Kevin, how's it going? Long time no see. Modus operandi, hey, how's it coming? Jay Harrison, how's it going? Thank you guys for confirming with me. The channel is, I think it's back in the algorithm because I logged in from my other channel, Foya Language, and when I'm scrolling through YouTube, I constantly keep seeing my channel audit them videos. So I think that has to do with a copyright strike that I received. About a year ago, I shared a video from CNBC. It was one of those major channels, CNBC, and they copyright strike my channel immediately. So that put me in the hole for like 90 days. And with that being said, my channel was obviously shadow banned because it had one strike on from the NBC. So the 90 days have passed up on that, and I had to take like a couple multiple choice tests with YouTube just to clear that strike away. So now my channel has 0. I guess that's what's been holding me back for about a year. I should have took that little test that they had, the multiple choice, much sooner after the 90 days, but I waited a little over a year, I think. So I guess I was not paying attention to my YouTube background, and that's the reason why a lot of my stuff was not visible, not showing up on the everyday channel, and it was shadow banned. Spoof Nation says, in all honesty, I stopped watching you because you started with all the music. Now, what music are you referring to? My my late night music, or the little miscellaneous music that I put in the background of these songs? Yeah, but I get it though. My channel, I don't blame you. My channel's not for music. My channel's for auditing. So I don't blame you. If you don't like the music, you should sign out. But that's not going to stop the music. That's not going to stop the auditing. Okay, YN says audit them. You could put 17 USC. See what audit them is saying here. IRV. YN. Also include a civil fine for violations of such. USC. Yeah, you're right about that. No, it was a video. It's not from NBC. It's from one of those major companies, but it was a video of Andrew Tate. Andrew Tate, he's like a boxer. Andrew Tate, he was discussing some political things, and YouTube struck that video. They put me in the dark for such a long time. It was my fault. It was my fault because it was a 90-day period that really was a year long that I should have completed in 90 days. It took me 10 minutes to follow. It took me 10 minutes to follow the 4 multiple choice questions for YouTube to say, yay, they threw balloons at me, virtual balloons, and they say, yay, you have passed the fucking, your channel no longer has copyright strikes, you're good to go. They sent me the minute, they threw balloons at me. So this is something that I could have avoided and I should have done a long time ago to get my channel back on track. Now, to further get my channel back on track, is I just have to release another, I don't know, 5 videos in a row, auditing videos. Tomorrow one, the day after one, 5 in a row. The first 4 videos are gonna make, the first one's gonna make 1,400 views. The second one is gonna make 1,900 views. The third one is gonna make 2.7 thousand views. The fourth one, 4.4, and the fifth one would probably get back into the 13,000 range. Once it starts trickling into the, once my channel videos start trickling into the 13,000 views per video, audit video, now it'll, from there it should, depending on my consistency, it should continue to skyrocket. I should start now doing FAPA numbers, half a FAPA number, right? So FAPA's making about 60 pieces, he's making about 110 pieces per video. My channel, if I keep on consistency, they should start making 44 pieces per video. 44,000. Okay, here's somebody left a sly comment. So what we'll go ahead and do is we'll go ahead and retain, we'll take a screenshot of that user. He's making a threat right there. We'll make a screenshot of that user. We'll go ahead and put that user in a permanent relocator, and we'll go ahead and do an investigation at a later time to hold that person to account for that little sly threat. But on the other hand, what's up with everybody else? Here's Billy asking me, what's up with James Freeman? I'm not sure. The last thing I heard from a couple other YouTubers is that he, his charges, he got about, I don't know, they threw about 9 charges at him. Charge A, felony. Charge B, felony. Charge C, felony. Such and such and such. But what I heard from rumors, I don't know if it's true, is that James Freeman has raised about 70 pieces, 70,000. So he's doing pretty good, man, as far as, like, you know, customer support. He really got customer support. He got you folks as customers. Nah, but you know, he got a good clientele base, a good we the people base. So I'm not too sure what's happening with his circumstance. You know, I know his channel got took. I don't know what that's all about. Let me shout out to the other people that just came in here. El Pero, hey, what's up, what's up? Great to see you back. Yes, indeed, man. My channel's now bumping and boosting back up. You can tell by the views now. We're gonna have some things for you, man. We got a whole lot of auditing. We're gonna get back on track. Real good auditing, best auditing you're ever gonna find moving forward. So here's somebody that says, you are my favorite auditors, alongside with Inland Audit, James Madison, and Sean. Yeah, salute to all them, man. Domestic abuse is the charge, says El Pero. Yeah, I think, you know what I heard too? I watched a Lackluster video, and Lackluster said that they're claiming it's domestic violence, that he hit his daughter, but then some other rumors are saying that his daughter or maybe some other family member made that up. Made that up that he hit his daughter. Now, here's the deal. That's you folks' business. That's none of my business, right? But I'm not gonna speculate, and I'm not gonna say he did A, B, C, and D, and 4. I will wait. I will wait if I did care, right? Well, we all should care. We should look out for each other, right? I should care. But we should wait up until the point where they release paperwork from the court. And even if they release paperwork from the court, that still could be not all true. So we have to think realistically in as far as his case. Um, what did we establish of James Freeman? Here's a couple of things we did establish. James Freeman, he got a big channel. We established that. James Freeman, he got a lot of loyal supporter. We established that. James Freeman, he said that he was an anarchist. He doesn't believe in government. We established that. James Freeman, he used to go out with his daughter recording videos. So me personally, I don't see him harming his own daughter. But that's just my opinion. I don't see him harming his daughter. He was out with her the last couple times in his videos, recording with her. She like they were friends. So that's all up for speculation. Like I said, that's none of my business. Usually when there's court stuff involved, I don't sit there and gossip like, time wasters. You know what I'm saying? Because these people that gossip about the courts and this and that, eventually it will be proven that they're just talking out of their ass, right? So all these people that are speculating about James Freeman and what's going on with James Freeman, I don't think you're gonna find that from people's opinion. Narrow down. Go. What you folks should do, if you folks are so invested, is you folks should narrow down on the FOIAs from his city, from the police, from the lawyers, from the such and suches. This is what you guys could help. Besides the money, yeah, the money is a great help. But it's easy for folks to dish out money. Oh, James Freeman is gonna need an attorney. That's gonna cost $140,000. With that, folks, you folks need discovery. Discovery. If there's enough people that covered up 70 pieces, $70,000 for James Freeman, if just these people use some of the same energy for discovery to narrow down all and every records that are around and surrounded his entire career. If he got issues with that police department, what I know from the Lackluster video is that he got into it with a police chief. So my belief, my opinion is that the police chief set him up. The police chief sent out his officers' boys to be on a scoundrel. He set them out so they could be on watch. One of them sits in the corner behind the 7-Eleven, and one of them sits in the corner behind Kmart. They seen him coming up. They seen him pass up the gas station, 2-3 gas stations. They pulled up to the 4th gas station because that sounds to me like it was a conspiracy, 2 or more, that they were trying to set him up. Because he said he's an anarchist, and because he got into it in a couple police faces, which he calls them pigs. So I think that's a retaliation. Now, what I'm saying is that, sure, there's all these channels that got opinions, but you folks could talk about opinions all day long. What you folks should be using your energy on and time is narrowing down discovery. Get everything surrounding his arrest, his communications between his police officials a month prior. Once you start digging into a month prior before his arrest, you will probably most likely find in the police chiefs and the police staff's communications about what they plan on doing with this individual, James Freeman. So it's unbelievable that, yeah, folks spend money like it's nothing. But what will cost you folks is free is these investigations via the Public Record Act. So, does anybody have any objection to what I just said? Does anybody have any objection at all to what I just said? Man, listen, in the auditing community has been around for how long now? 10 years? The auditing community been around for about 10 years now. So with the auditing community been around for 10 years, how is it that the auditing community cannot already get together a bunch of followers to have a freedom of information task force? How? We've been in the game for 10 years already. Combined views with all the auditors, there's millions with subscribers, millions. And you're telling me that throughout 10 years, a group of muck rock, a group of individuals, followers, auditing followers, they cannot get together and create a FOIA task force to be able to assist and help out any and every auditor in the time of need. It's simple. It could be done. It has to be done. The problem is there's no leadership in the auditing. Folks want to go outside and film in front of McDonald's. So, give it another 5 more years before the followers start picking up FOIA. I mean, FOIA you guys could do from the seat, from the luxury of your own office. Here, 15 individuals. Here, check this out. Check this stupidity out. Check this stupidity out. James Freeman. James Freeman, he has, what did he say? He got 330,000 subscribers. He's got over 250,000 subscribers. You're telling me James Freeman doesn't have 15 individuals out of 300,000 that could form up, one of them from Colorado, one of them from New York, one of them from LA, one of them from Chicago, one of them from Miami. You're telling me that somebody as big as James Freeman, 300,000 subscribers plus, doesn't have 15 individuals from different states that could get on a StreamYard and say, this is what we need to do. This is what we need to narrow down on these FOIAs. Hey, Stan, what's your idea about that FOIA? Hey, Rick, what's your idea about that? Stacy, what's your idea about that FOIA? While 15 individuals are on the StreamYard for 4 days in a row. James Freeman, FOIA, FOIA. One individual from that 15-person batch is requesting the entire career of the police chief. One individual from that entire 15-person batch is investigating the mayor's entire career. So between these 15 individuals, you folks are investigating the entire city hall surrounding that one event. How we got 10 years. Oh, but the auditors are all getting locked up. This is fucking sickening. But the followers of the auditors are paying money. That's all they have to do. Stan paid $4,000 towards James Freeman alone. And then Multi Apparatus is saying that James Freeman, he probably makes 100,000 off his channel. He makes $2 million a year. What Modus Apparati say? Modus Apparati, let me respond to you. It's none of my business how much James Freeman is making off his channel, nor is it my business about money making on his channel. My business is that what the change that needs to be done is reality. We need reality. We need discovery. We need facts. We need paperwork, internal paperwork from the government. With that paperwork, with that discovery, I guarantee you they're going to find conspiracy. You find that conspiracy, you bring it into his criminal case. You investigate the DAs, you narrow down. Because it sounds fishy and tricky. If that happened to James Freeman, that could happen to you. That could happen to anybody. They could tell a lie upon you and do felonies upon you. And then the only thing the followers will do is pitchfork money. They will pitchfork money. We don't need to just pitchfork money. We need to pitchfork knowledge. Knowledge. We need each one of you followers and each one of you subscribers and dick riders, whatever the fuck you want to call yourselves. I'm not dissing you. But we need to turn you folks into knowledgeable people. You folks got to know about FOIA. Because this is what's going to help you, your life, and your family. What is FOIA is going to give you the result, man. It's going to give you answers. It's going to give you paperwork. It's going to give you moments. So this is what needs to be done. I told you guys a long time ago, I was just making like a stand-up comedy talking point where I said, one of these days, yeah, I'm going to go do a stand-up comedy open mic for 4 minutes. My conversation is going to be about if the auditors, followers, voted me and turned me into a secretary of auditors. I don't want to say they want to vote me for president right away. But I said, if 1,000 individuals who follow the auditors, such as you folks, sign a petition and say, oh yeah, or at least 100 followers say, yeah, we want Audit them to be the secretary of all the auditors. That will be equivalent to Rogue Nation, one private phone call with Rogue Nation, and Rogue Nation himself says, yeah, Audit them, we declare you the secretary of the auditors. If they declare me the secretary of all the auditors, and this is just a talking point, this is just an imagination. If they labeled me the secretary of the auditors, I swear to God, you folks will waste my time, because now I would start writing down in my journal. I will start giving tasks for the big auditors on what they should do and how they should on how they should come across with their followers. What we need these type of results. This is the stuff that we need to start feeding these auditors. No auditor, okay, we seen you did 32 bank visits. Okay, you did 32 bank visits, auditor, in the past 1.5 years. You visited 32 banks. Now, me as the secretary, my friend, I have a new task for you, my friend. Because now, good, you stood out in front of a bank and you were able to make a stupid fucking amount of followers. Because you standing out in the bank, you gained an extra 50,000 followers. Good. We now, off your channel, have an extra 50,000 followers because they loved you standing in front of a fucking bank. And they learned nothing. One person out there learned that, yeah, you have a right, and he walked in and out of the bank. He himself learned that you have a right to film in public. But good, now that you use the stupidity round to gain these people, now we need to turn these people into actual thinkers. Now, my son, now, auditor, we need you, me as a secretary, I'm going to write up some paperwork for you. We need you to refocus your auditing now, and we need you to do A, B, and C, and D, so this can help your additional 30,000 subscribers learn from this FOIA stuff. Get these FOIA paperworks. This is the project that we're narrowing down on. This is how we are going to make change. Discovery, paperwork, government records, those are good as gold. Because this tells you an opposing side of the story from what the actual government is saying. None of these auditors work, John Doe is saying. John Smith. No, salute to all the auditors, man. All the auditors are really making change. They really are. But what type of change are they making? Yeah, sure, like I said, the guy that stands out in front of a bank, yeah, sure, he does educate. That is educational, because the 3 or 4 cocky people that are walking in front of his camera are pissed off. You can't fucking record me in public. Here comes a police officer, tells, yes, he could record you in public. So there goes 2 or 3 additional idiots in society have learned you could record in public. That's a beautiful thing. But this is not all it. We just don't need these idiots in the street learning, oh, he got pissed off, but he's pissed off, but he learned that you could record in public. That's not all good enough. I need paperwork. I need 7 auditors under my instruction, if I am secretary, to sit in a StreamYard and review paperwork they waited on for 5 days. This is my instruction. If they made me the secretary. And it sounds like from my tone like I'm doing a stand-up comedy, or I'm putting in punchlines here and there to make you folks laugh. It's like I'm saying these things to make you folks laugh. I'm telling you, it's so easy for people to just sit their ass on a StreamYard and waste time. It is very easy. Or we can use that time to sit on these StreamYard, and every week we are anticipating and waiting and looking forward for the government agency to respond, for all 6 or 7 of us on a StreamYard to review one document at a time. This is what I've been saying. This is what's so hard about it. You folks are on your computer right now. You folks are on your sofa right now.